Hey, this is Ricky with Real Talk Champ, live streaming part 4 of this Paint by Numbers Mountain Path from numberartist.com. Item number 50, sorry, 40-50-LZ9321. We're live streaming on YouTube, or maybe we're not. I don't know. We're live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. There we go. And let's see. Here we go. Let's make sure we've got some audio. I hear audio, so that's good. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. And we'll get cracking on this kit here. We left you at number 15. So we'll go back and we'll look and see if there's any 1 through 15 that we missed. And then we'll get down to this shenaniganery here. Hopefully, maybe we'll be able to finish this painting here on part 4. We still got quite a lot of space to go. Okay. We'll get us some gloves. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. I think YouTube's algorithm works by likes and people who chat in the communication area or the comment area, whatever that is. That's how people find us. I don't know. But here we go. All right, so we were on number 15, but we'll take a once through here. We have our clean water here so that we can wash our paint brushes. We have our magnifying glass in case we need to look closer. We have our dry stuff. Jaws tea. Good day to you as well. If we don't find any more 15s, or like I said, if they happen to pop up later, we'll go back and paint them, of course. So we're going to work on 16. 16 is still in that kind of green range. Or actually, it looks gray to me. So 15 was this kind of forest green that we did. You see it in the dark areas up there, dark. There wasn't very many 15s. There was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots, 7 spots, 8, 9, 10, 10 spots. But just like the number 7, there were only 2 spots of the number 7. It just kind of happens that way sometimes. But number 16 is gray, starting off as a kind of a light gray. There looks like there's other grays coming up, but this right here is a gray. So put that down there. Look already, that's when we get covered. We wear our phalange covers. Okay, so I pretty much see 16s all over, which is good. Make sure that paintbrush is soft enough. And here we go. Right out of the gate, I'm seeing only 19s, but I know there's 16s here. There's a 16 right here. Pretty hard to see with all the green around it. Let's see what else we got for a 16. So after we finish painting this, the next project will be another one of those 3D wooden puzzles. The only thing is the last puzzle that I have is like a snow-covered house. It's like right out of a Bob Ross painting. It's really cool, and the LED lights on it are supposedly flicker like candles, so I had to pay a little bit more for that. But that's not the one I want to build, not in the summertime. That's a winter snow time build. So I'm ordering some more like Japanese ones, the Japanese puzzles that I haven't built yet. Okay, so we got little, they seem like they're little stems here, but I can't be certain. But is that an 18? That's an 18 there, so I won't do that one. That's a 16 right here. Okay. So far, these 16s are just little patches here, and I think again they're just part of the flowers that are in this painting. This is a multi-area 16. Probably I'll try to get a little bit more pigment on the paintbrush. Here we go. This is a larger number 16 here. Watch out for the 22. Like dry brushed without having any paint. There we go. The underlying is the 17, which is a dark gray, which you'll see down in the bottom right area. It's really hard to see the light gray in there, but what I'm working on. But I assure you it's got its purpose for some reason. Flower bed or something, whatever it is. 16 running off the canvas here. Another 16 right here. Careful of the 22 again. A lot of 22s in this area here. So I'm going to leave gap there. There's 16 right here. Okay, I'm going to lift up the canvas in case there's some 16s that are on the edge. 16 right here. A little 16 right there. Little one at the top of this light gray one we did. Those are 19s and 20s. Okay, we don't have to lift that up anymore. Let's see. Those flickering candle LEDs are really cool. They have built-in little circuit boards, and they even have microscopic addressable LED strips on the newest ones. Yes, and I want to try to find, like, we don't have Radio Shack anymore here. So I want to try to find, I'll probably have to just go on the internet and search more of those little flickering lights, because I've got some the little Japanese kits where the LEDs didn't work at all. And I want to put those in there. Or that saloon that I built had no LEDs and no windows. So I need to get some clear plastic styrene to make the windows. I'll make them like shattered so they look like they've been shot out, because it's an old 1880s saloon. Figure they're not replacing the glass that often. But I also want to get some of those flickering candles to put in there as well. Little ones. I bought some that are like this big, like you would, buy for a picnic or for your house. A scone, not a scone. I can't recall the word. The word of the day is scorned. And I don't mean scorned like SCORNED. I mean SLCRN. Never mind. That's not a word of the day. That is just a Freudian slip. Moving on. Number 16. That's what we're looking for. Flickering lights. Yeah, flickering little candles would be dope for model kit size. I'd like to put some in the saloon that I built. I would like to do that. But the ones, like I said, when I look for like flickering candles, they're full size things. I haven't found miniature ones yet. I know they exist, obviously, because I'm about to put one in a kit. And once we get closer to the holidays, the winter holidays, when I will build that kit. Okay, so we still got these little 16s here. That's a 15. Here's a 16. There, a little U shape. There's another one. Sort of going up the path. Any down here? We already did. Those are 21 and 22s, 18s. Here's a 16. I used to have like RC cars, and I would build actual like model kit RC cars like Tamiya and some of the other Japanese brands when you still could find things that were made in Japan. But now everything's Taiwan, China, Korea, whatever. I put LED lights in the headlights, in the blinkers, and the what do you call them, reflectors, and the lights that you have above the the driver's cab, so that they look out when it's dusty or whatever out. I fully modified that stuff back when RC cars were still a thing. I mean, there's RC clubs around, obviously. But they're not as vocal, I guess, now because I don't know. People have video games. Why build model cars when you have video games? But I still love building, kits and then customizing them. Still a passion for me. So that's an 18 right there. There's a 16. Okay. But yeah, I've seen, so, a lot of these companies that are fly by night, like Chinese companies, you get an advertisement on your phone and you go and click on it. It turns out it was all AI and doesn't look anything like the thing you ordered. There was an RC car. They show this big rock crawler like the old gasoline powered ones. Easily 2-3 grand for the thing. It's on there for $50. I'm going to pretty much say that that's a scam, because even in 2026 standards, if it was 2 or 3 grand and that was in the 90s, that thing is, oh yeah, it's got to be way more now, obviously. But it said $50 on like a Temu type, one of these fly by night. I know Temu's not fly by night, but it is still a scam any way you look at it. Yeah. You ain't paying for it. Somebody's paying for it. Probably me. But yeah, back in the day, they used to have this. When it was before DVDs, when it was still records and cassette tapes, they had this. Not like Publishers Clearinghouse, but they had this company that buy one cassette and you can get 10 more cassettes free, or buy one record and you get 10 records free. They had these things, these companies where you would fill the stuff in. There was no internet, so you would fill the little card in. You'd ask for your one CD. They'd keep sending you CDs and charging you for it after your first 10 free ones, and you couldn't stop it because it was like a mafia run. Those are the modern companies now. I have no idea why I'm talking about this. Let's see. I don't see the link. Usually it'll tell me if there's a link. But if you try sending it again, I didn't see it pop up in the chat. Or maybe the reason why I'm not seeing it pop up in the chat is I'm not using my Real Talk chip. Let me see. Did it pop up here? I sent a link, but I think it, yeah. You know what? You can send it to, my email is realtalkchimp@gmail.com, or you can find a chat type of thing off of, I got Discord too. I rarely use that. You can probably send it on the Discord, send it in the email, or like I said, there's some, like in the community side of the YouTube at Real Talk Chimp, you can type something in one of the messages on there. I always have some random thing on there that you can type message on there and leave stuff, because I will certainly go and look. Is that a 15 right there? Is it 15 right there? It's so small you would never know that I just used a 16 on it. That's 18, here's a 16, that's so small. That's 18. I can't tell if this is 18 or 16. Those are 18s. Those are all 18s right there. That is not, it looks like an 18, but it looks like a 16. 19s, okay. Right, I mean, we know that the circuit boards are super teeny tiny now. They've been like that for the last, 5 or 6 years. Little tiny circuit boards, and then everything else getting smaller and smaller. But yeah, that would be sweet. Is that 18 or 16? That's an 18 right there. These little itty bitty numbers. Again, more of the flowers in this springtime valley here. It's a 24. 18s. Here's a 16. Okay. Let's see, any more 16s? 17, 21s. It's 18s. Those are all 18s. There's a little piece of a 16. Here's a 16. 18s. Here's a 16. Well, these things are so small. And here's a little bit larger 16. Weird shaped duck face. Here's another 16 here. Let's get some paint on this paintbrush. There's a little 16 right here. Right here. That one actually goes down like that. Okay. Looking around. But also, like the one that I'm going to build, the kit, the snow kit that I was saying, that has the flickering, that one doesn't actually come with batteries. That one comes with a C charger plug. So you can plug a charger in, so you don't have to use batteries on that one, which is pretty cool. I have one other kit like that, one of the Japanese houses that I built a few months ago, which I also have the live stream for that. That one was not rechargeable, but you could plug that one in. That would be great if all of them were like that. Then you wouldn't have to burn through those little AAA batteries. You could probably just get a kit for every single one and get rid of that little LED set that takes the AAA batteries. You could certainly do that if you can find who has these. I mean, it's got to be a hobby store. A lot of the hobby stores are gone because of the internet. Yeah, if you can find those, like I'd buy a pack of those. Like if I knew I was going to build more kits or I was going to redo the kits that I have, I would buy just like a pack of 10, and have them on standby. The flickering lights, because the flickering lights you can use in modern stuff as well. It doesn't have to be, old 1880s or 1700s or whatever, all the way back to, if you're making pirate kits, with your pirate ships, you're going to want to use those, flickering candles as well, so you can make it look more realistic. So I've got 16s right here, but it's taking up a big space, so I'm going to switch on over to the larger brush. Let's get a little water on that, just to revitalize it. So yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, and also, like you said, like a fireplace, like I've got 2 kits that have fireplaces, and they got just this static light in there that it just shows red, but it doesn't pulse or anything like that to make it look like an actual, campfire. But if you look at guys that make dioramas, dioramas, obviously they don't move. They're just like if somebody was to take a picture, right? But they add those campfires that have those pulsating lights, you get that, the same thing with the RGB lights that you have in like computers or wall art, wall lights or whatever, anything like that, has those mechanisms inside that allow you to alternate how the light works, how it shines or how it fades or etc. like that. Let's see, what am I painting? I'm trying to paint inside these things here. I'm just going to use the big brush just to do the fill here, and then I'll go back to the other brush and bring everything to the line. Try to fill in these big spots first. This is all 16 up there as well. Right to the edge. So now, sorry, more 16s. No, I don't see. Okay. So I can go back the regular brush and take everything to the line. Oh, that's cool. And also, I think with the LEDs, some of them you can they have like a magnet or something, so you can actually cut the thing. You don't have to splice it with splicing stuff. You can just take it and connect it through that magnet somehow, and it just automatically is able to work again. Some of that stuff is really slick, you know. I don't know if it's made in China or it's made in America and stolen, by China so that they can mass produce it. But either way, I think it's still pretty slick. I don't knock Chinese stuff, the stuff that they make, but a lot of stuff, gets stolen from America, and I don't know about suing and all that kind of crap, but whatever. Weird gray that I'm painting here. Weird. Let's see. No, it's the face of this mountain right here. That's this weird color. So that's all 23, but this is 16 right here. This is still 16 right in here. And you got all these 21s and 22s in here. Not to mention all the other colors that we painted. I don't know what's up with the canvas right here. Yeah, no copyright licensing rights, so they can't get sued. American companies not going to go to China and try to sue. Well, maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. Bigger companies, maybe, but little companies that open up just, they open up super fast and they close down. And once they get somebody's credit card, because that's what a lot of these companies do, is they'll, wait to find a sucker, steal their credit card from them. They don't have to do anything ever again. They got your PIN code and all that, so they can rob you blind. But enough of that negativity. We're trying to get good vibes here. We're trying to chill, paint a sassy little mountain path picture. But nonetheless, flickering little candles, yeah. Hell, I'd put little flickering candles in this painting just for fun. So little 16s here, but the base behind it will be a 23. These are all little 16s here, little teardrop, weird looking little shapes. That's all 23, this is 16. But in some paintings where I'm trying to remember what those paintings are called. I used to see them at the swap meet. They were a regular painting like this, but there would be like a little cabin with a little. Sorry, Sandy. Where it would have like a little cabin in the windows. They'd actually put lights, like behind the canvas, so they'd poke a hole. They'd stick an LED in there, and then you'd have a battery somewhere else, be able to flip a switch, and your actual painting would kind of come to life with flickering lights and stuff, or like lightning. You could make like a lightning bolt shape in your canvas, and then have a light back there flickering every once in a while. It would shine through like lightning. See, that's livable art. I think that's super slick. I'm down to do stuff like that, 100% livable. Realism art, I guess. All right, let's see. Any more that we have to paint in here? That's right there. I lost where my spot was. But I think that would be super slick. Just put like a plastic. So like you have your picture frame, right? You have your picture frame here. You have this gap in here where the wood is. If you make, say, like a, whatever dimension this wood is, half an inch or whatever, and you make like a plastic cover that fits inside this thing, that's maybe half this or even the full amount, just plastic, and then you're able to drill holes into the canvas and stuff. Have your battery pack with a switch down below or somewhere out of the way from where you're going to hang the photo. And then you can really make it three-dimensional that way by adding lights to your thing, you know. How sweet is that? That would be super slick. You know, I'm sure people would buy that art faster than just a stagnant thing here. There's a random 12 right here. What color is 12? I think I can put that there. That's fine. No great loss. All right, looking again, where else we have to go here. Try to stay out of that yellow. I have that one painting where it's a sunrise over the water, the ocean's coming at you, and the sunrise sits right there. Now, the paint is bright enough that it'll evoke a sense of a sunlight, but maybe putting a little pinhole and running a little LED light behind that, you know, and you can slowly make it pulsate like it looks like it's a rising sun, you know, in the morning. Heck, you could even run a light, you know, put a slit up through here and then run a light through there, so you can even make it just sort of look like it's rising up. Time it like real time too. There's so many things you can do, you know. I can think of these things. It's a matter of just doing it, you know. I'm not an electrician. I don't know how to do electrician-y type things without zapping myself or burning down the house, so I don't want to get into trouble with things like that. But I think there's just so many creative things you can do, and it probably already exists. You just got to look for it. Like I remember back when I was a child going into a relative's house, and they had one of those waterfalls that the waterfall that actually goes, but it's like an oil. I remember I tried to drink it and I threw up everywhere, but it was an oil-based thing. And they had like fishing line to make the water look like it was coming down, but it had this oil, this slow moving oil, and there was a heat lamp in it to constantly keep it going, this waterfall. And I remember those when I was a kid, that you'd go into religious stores and you'd see those three-dimensional art with light and water and sound, you know. Perfect if you're like in a concrete jungle. You live in like a big city where there's not a lot of parks with water features. Have that in your house. It's pretty darn cool. So if they don't already still have those things, probably find them in an antique shop. If it, you know, I don't know how well they sold. I think it seems more like a 1970s thing. 1970s had all those kind of crazy, like lava lamps and things like that. Crazy things like that. That is called a Real Talk Tangent. A bunch of useless information that you could probably use at trivia. Well, that's about it. Good. I'm glad I'm giving you ideas. Knock that stuff out, bro, and start live streaming that you're making those things, you know? Use your phone. Like I use my phone when I live stream, so I would like a DSLR type camera, but I don't have the ability to just drop 2 or 3 grand on one of those DSLR, camera vlog cameras or whatever they call them. Yeah. There's a 16 here. 16 here. 16 here. So this mess that I just painted right there, you can see it right here on this hillside here. See, it just looks like a mess of gray. It's not meant to be looked at, real up close like that. It's meant to be looked, obviously, step back from it. There's a 16 up here. A little 16 right there. 16 here. 16 over here. Against the edge of the canvas. Let's see, any more 16s running up the mountains here? 23, 22s. Let's see, anything up in the sky? These are 18s. These all appear to be 18s and 20s. I'm going to bend this camera up. Hopefully you can see it. There's a 16 right here. Just a little teardrop and one on the edge here. Those look like 16s as well. Could be 18s, but no, that's 18 there. That's a 16 here. That's an 18 there. There's a 16. But when you go and patent those ideas, just put a little dot next to it. Real talk, champ. But then make your billions. I don't want a penny of it. Send my share to charity or your cat. There's a 16 right here. Real close to the 22s. 16 right here. Another one here. That's 22. Those are 18s. 21. Those are all 18s. 21s. Here's a little 16 right here. What else? Anything else? It's 22, 22, 22, 23. So there's a little 16 there. That's all 21, 18s, 17s. All right, I think I could switch to 17 now. If a 16 pops up, I will certainly go back and paint it, or any other number from 1 to 16. There's a 16 right here. Nope, there's no paint down there. Where did I see that? Where did it go? Where did you go? I was just about to paint you. Son of a mother, father. Oh well. If I see it again, I'll paint it. All right, I'm gonna switch to 17. First, I'm gonna clean off these paint brushes. Well, I mean, you don't have to live stream your face and stuff like that. You just live stream. And nowadays, you don't even need to put your voice in there. You can just let AI do the voice. So, yeah. YouTube's got all kinds of crap now. I refuse to use AI, but other people obviously are taking advantage of it. If I start using AI, then I'll know that AI has defeated us as a species. And you already got a human hybrid chimpanzee here, so. You start throwing AI into that, it is all over. All right. Oh, that was painful. All right, so 17. So we're going with a darker gray. So here was our 16. Oop. Here was our 16 here, which was this light gray. 17 is a considerably darker. Almost looks like a green. But maybe a greenish gray. Yeah, it's got a tinge of green in there, but it is a gray color. Not even the darkest, because the next one's going to be the darker gray. Okay. So we're going for 17. Super thick, too. This one requires some thinner. All right, we got a big old one here. But we're doing a darker area now, so things may start to make sense in a moment. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, you have like burnt peanut, and you have those other ones that make those cartoon characters, and that's who they are. I thought about, back before I was forced to do a face reveal, I thought about having somebody make me one of those little critters, just a chimpanzee, a cartoony chimpanzee. But then I realized it was either too expensive or too difficult, and I don't know how to do any of that. So I figured, I go to karaoke and people videotape me when I sing, so why not get a webcam? What do I care? So yeah, I couldn't care less. It's 19. All right, it's 19 there. That's 19. So that was all 17 there. We have 17 here. Oh, that was way too much paint. I don't know why they're going so delicate with this 17. There's so much 17 filling up this dark area. Plus this pigment is super thick. May have to add some water to it in a minute. Just to thin it out. Yeah, let me get some water. But be careful with the water. It's not like a thinner. It thins out the paint so you can move it, but it changes the pigment. So just be aware of that. You certainly don't have to use so much paint when it's thinned out by water. Just covered over at 23. Yeah, see, as soon as you dip it in water, it's smooth. Butter, just smooth. Able to put it on the canvas. Oh, where am I going? Here we go. It's a heart-shaped hiney. What movie's that from? I'll give you a hint. It's Adam Sandler. Little Nicky. Little Nicky and Mr. Beefy. Woof. I think I'm going to steer clear away from this type of art again with all the little numbers. So many little numbers like this, ridiculous. Can't even paint a straight line without running into one of these little numbers. I'm going to mix some water in with this paint on the paint cap here. It's just so thick. Yeah, it's gonna definitely, once it fills out more, it's really gonna be a beauty. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that, I didn't realize how difficult it was gonna be to paint. It's very challenging. This is at least a 5-star challenge rating on this painting because of the tiny little numbers. But overall, I think it's gonna be a beautiful piece. I mean, these little dark areas are needed, I guess, but it's fine. It's just kind of wish they would have let us do this one first. I thought about painting a picture instead of starting at 1, starting at like 24 and going backwards, just to try it. So you're working with all the dark colors first before getting to the light. You'd still have to go all the way around. It looks like camouflage, It's like I'm painting like a camouflage truck or something. These different colors here and the patterns. Get some more water in here. I just want to completely cover this area in this paint, but I can't because I've got all these other areas that I already painted. So I got to be delicate around them. I don't cover them up like that I just did there. A little section here. But at least adding the water to it makes it a little easier to spread around. So this number 17 pigment is brutal. It is really thick. Whew. Much smoother when I add the water to it. So 21 through there, 17. All right, so 21's there. Grab some more water. All right, looking for some more 17s. Just there's a 16 right there. We'll go back and do that 16. There's a 16 right there. Those are 18s. Okay, those are 17s. There's a 16 right here. Another 16. And yet another. I thought I looked at all these spots, but I guess I didn't. Another 16. Wow. Let's get a little water on here. Another 16. All these 16's popping up. They weren't popping up before. So like I said, my eyes just may not be focusing in that area. Can't see any of the 16s, and blam, now I'm getting 16s. Okay, back to 17s. So much easier when you add a little thinner to it, especially when you got all the jagged lines in here, trying to keep their shape. Watched a weird movie last night. See if anybody ever watched it. It's called Slingshot. It featured Casey Affleck. Ben Affleck's brother. Casey. He's an astronaut on his way to Titan, because they say that Saturn's moon Titan has Earth-like water and everything. Well, basically everything that Earth has, but it's on Titan. So they're trying to go there and mine it. But the movie starts off. It's a sci-fi thriller, but mind meld kind of thing. But it starts off and you have 3 crew members: Lawrence Fishburne, a random Italian French guy that I'm not aware of, but he's an actor from those countries, and then Casey Affleck, and he's a rocket scientist astronaut, very analytical and methodical in what he does, and gotta see, not gonna give it away, but it's one of those good kind of makes you think type of movies, but still freaks you out as well because it's still a thriller. Okay, so I think that 17 is pretty much done. That's all 19. Well, yeah, it was a good flick. It was free on YouTube Movies, free movies, so I got 17 all the way over here. Another one of these big ones that drapes all the way around. So why Slingshot? Well, they have to get to the Titan moon, which is past Jupiter. So they're going to use Jupiter to slingshot, to give them more momentum, so that it takes a shorter amount of time for them to get to Titan. So that's why the movie's called Slingshot. But it's like, a private company like Elon Musk's company that makes all the spaceships and stuff. And it's obviously the future, because at one point they said, well, back in 2028, and the movie was filmed in like 2004, I think. So it'd been around for a little bit. But there were no aliens, nothing like that. It wasn't like watching an alien movie. There was a few times you're like thinking it could be an alien-like movie. It seems like most space movies, there's some type of alien in there, right? Nope, this was just a mind thriller. It's pretty good. I like thinking movies. They put me to sleep so much better than action movies. I'm going to clean this paintbrush off just because it's getting a little mucky. Mosque lady? Mosque lady? Thank you, I appreciate it. Let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go. Son of a mother father. You must have a private YouTube channel, because I can't click on your name to look at your channel. But yeah, we'll sit back a little bit here so you can kind of get an idea. So this whole mess right here that I've been working on, it doesn't look like anything exciting, but it turns out it's a row of trees that you would never know. Unless you sat back, you could kind of see how it's a row of trees going up, right? But when you're so close to it, you're like, it just looks like a muddy mess. But it's actually the back of these evergreens running up this hillside right here. So this is what we're working on. It's called Mountain Path, P-A-T-H, from numberartist.com. Item number 40-50-LZ9321. All right, and get a little more water. Get back down here to these 17s. Where was I? Down over here is a 17, right on the corner here. Be careful of the paint that's already here. So some people will put masking tape on the sides of the frame so they don't, paint doesn't get out of bounds and stuff like that. So you can just run mask. I don't do it. I don't have any masking tape, but you could certainly run masking tape all the way around your frame so you don't get, paint on the out of bounds area there. There's a 17 right here. Oh, there's a 16 right there. I didn't see that. Oh, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Is that it? What was that? Back to the 17 here. Okay, that's all 19 around there. I use the back of the brush to try to erase some of the paint I just put, especially if it goes over a number. Sometimes it works, most of the time it doesn't. I just have to go back and use the reference sheet. Hmm. 17's over here. Let's get some water. Weird foot. Like, why are you talking about movies? You're freaking painting, bro. That's true, but I am a human hybrid chimpanzee that's been taught how to speak. So I'm gonna speak about random things until you realign my chi with your question, comment, suggestion, smacking the like button, and sharing that Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. Getting them in here and having them smash that subscribe button. I mean, we're only trying to get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of 2026. And preferably our 4,000 watch hours that we've been trying to do for the last 4 years. I mean, you'd think it would be so simple, right? Looking for more 17s around here. There's one right here. This is another tricky one here. Ugh. Went right over that one there. Okay. Let's see here. Do we find any more 17s on the shores? There's some over here. Okay. Right on the edge. All right, running up the side up here, taking a look. Any 17s going up higher? No. Any 17s anywhere else? Oh, hey, nope, those are 18s. Okay, I thought it was. Oh, here's a 17 down here. A little paint up here, please. Any more 17s, I ask? Any more 17s? This is just a 17 that I missed. Just a part. It's not the number, but it's right here. It's supposed to be here. I just didn't finish it because that's all 20 in there. That's 20 in there. That's 18. There's a 16 right there. Let me get that 16. It's like a concrete color. There's a 17 right here. Here's a 16. That's all 17 right there. Okay. Let me wipe off. Oh, son of a mother father. hand right in the paint when I was trying to cover it up. Come on, go to your home. Wipe off these paint brushes. How you doing, Sam? Hanging out in the window over there. We're going through our heat wave from Friday through Sunday, over 100 degrees. He's not venturing out into the sun at all. He's just hanging out. Got the air conditioning on, so he's just chilling. All he needs is a little pina colada with an umbrella. He'll be happy. All right, where was that? 17, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna flip this canvas horizontal because the 17 is out over here. And it's a tricky one with some weird shapes. Plus it's got a lot of little numbers in between here, like little islands of little numbers, so I gotta leave a gap. I make life easier for Chimp. I'm just trying to follow up to the edge. If I need the bigger brush to fill in, I'll grab it. Come on. Bulbous. Right around to 21, we're going around to 22, to 23, and to 24. Leave a little space around it, you know. I don't know why this is so tricky. Any more? I think it's so tricky because, again, it's basically trees going up a mountain, but it just looks like a bunch of crazy blobs everywhere, right? But again, when I add the other stuff around it, it'll look like that forest that's going up the edge of the forest, which is right going up there. That's what we just did. So then we'll be adding that stuff in between, and then it'll define it and look like, you know, forest trees going up. Like this squiggly thing here, that squiggly thing there, those are two evergreens going up there. But you wouldn't be able to tell this close up. You're sitting back, be able to tell it's forest and trees. So I think we can move to 18, which is the opposite spectrum of the 17. Again, if anything pops up between 1 and 18, we'll go back and paint it. Really got to get the paint off of this one, because if I dip this one in here, it's gonna really, okay, good. So 17 was this kind of dark foresty gray color, but 18 is blammo. We've gotten to the twilight zone here. Like, why would the opposite spectrum, you know? But before we go into 18, I got to do some stretchy McStretcher tins. So I'm just gonna take the phone, I'm just gonna put it down for just a moment. Talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. I'll be right here. I just gotta stretch out a little bit. I gotta do some stretchy stretcher tins. Got a yawning Sammy. Oh, yep, that wasn't alien or anything. Holy mother of monkey jello. Oh, stretch out thy back. How you doing, Sam? Hi, Mr. Fluffy Feet. That's a lot of yawns for one kitty. That's a lot of yawns. Yeah. Hey, Sam, can you have everyone like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp? Thank you. Hi. Hi, Mr. Handsome. You want to come up here and give us your paw of approval? Can we get your paw of approval? All right, so we are looking for 18s. So we will get our spectacles on so we can see. Let's start down at the bottom here and see if we can find any 18s. 18s, we have an 18 right here. Okay. An 18 right here. The milky white. Those are 19s, 19s. 19s. Looking. Holy monkey. Hope I just got you all to start yawning. 18s all over the place here. 18. Over here. Here. I gotta cover them up kind of thick because a little 18 number will show up right through it because of it. Weird colored white. Kind of a clear white. Almost feels like I'm painting an acrylic on here. Well, I mean, I am painting an acrylic, but I mean an acrylic, like, what do they call that? Liquid resiny type stuff that usually dries clear. Brain's not working. It's a 19. There's an 18 right here. 18 right here. Right here. Up here. Here. Those are all 20s and 21s, 22s. There's an 18 right there. Could you even tell what I'm doing? Let's see here. Nah, not really. Just filling in, those pathways are all gray, the little gray color. The white, I can't even see it in there. So once we get up into the clouds and snow, sure, it'll make sense. But right now, it's not really making much sense. It just looks like negative space that's already there, if I don't paint a spot. Although these spots are defined by the black lines around them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to, it wouldn't really matter. Really can't see this. I don't know if it's meant to be droplets of snow. I don't really know. Possibly. It is a snowy scene. Would make sense. Here's a larger 18 spot, so maybe you'll be able to see it. But then next to the 20, which is like black, you'll probably be able to see it a little bit. So number 18 shows through. So I could have used my marking pen first. Probably what I could have done, but oh well. Okay, what do we got? 223s. The elusive Sammy has arrived. Are you going to give us your paw of approval? No, we're going to get the butt instead? Okay. Sammy. Those are 19s, 19s, 19s. Those are all 19s. There's a little 18 right here. Okay, there's one right here, here, and anywhere else. Okay, I'm going to scan upwards here. Still looking for 18s up here. All right, I got 18s up in the sky, so I'm flipping the canvas over. I'm going to use the big boy. Get these 18s that are up here in the clouds. I think this is the white of the cumulus clouds here. Going to be really hard to see as well. And since they have sort of a harder edge here, I'm just going to kind of rotate the paintbrush like I'm doing. So I want it to look like cumulus clouds instead of these weird edges that you're making me do. This is my painting, sir. I get the cumulus. gonna try it. Trying to get rid of the harsh black line and the number 18s. It's acrylic, so I'll be able to blend it in there as well. I just found a 10 right there. And I think that 10 is this area right here, so I'll go back and do that. And we're all the way up to 18. But I haven't really been concentrating in this area up here anyway, so. Cannot cover over that 18. There's a 22. Oh, I can't see that one anymore. could switch to get rid of this paintbrush and go back to this one. Anymore. Some up here that we forgot. Okay. What's going on? What do you see out there? Now he becomes a cat. Okay. Cloudy McCloudertons. I don't believe I see any more 18, so I think we can switch to 19. And if an 18 arises or a 1 through 18 arises, we'll go back and paint them. Okay. Now, just like 17 was the complete opposite spectrum of 18, Number 19 is the complete got it? You may have to translate that. The opposite of the spectrum is what that all meant. So we went crazy 17 here, making our forest, to 18. Now we're taking that 18, going to this 19. What? Come on. What do you think this is, Holmes? Black. No, it's a dark gray. It's not a black. It is a dark gray. A dark gray for number 19. So basically we're going to be doing this area down in here, this corner right now. It's going to be this 19. So I'm going to use the big brush, the fill brush, the bob brush, get in here with some paint, and we're going to kind of hold on to this canvas here because we're going to go for a ride. I'm not sure why there's a 19 here and then a 19 isolated in here. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to take it straight in. That may have been a misprint. I don't know. But you got 24s and 23s and 21s and other things around this thing. So just be aware. This pigment is super thick, so I'm going to add water to it. Absolutely brutal. Right along the bottom here. This is the satisfying part where you can just fill in with a color. Again, the bunch of little 19s within, again, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you having me paint this whole thing, this color, and then have these little islands? Yeah, something ain't right there. But, you know, there's errors. There's always going to be errors. And nothing's perfect. Especially when you're working with AI. I'm not working with AI, but this thing was generated with AI. So. I mean, AI in the sense that I'm artificially insane, that's a possibility. There's an 11 right there I missed. 23 right there. Astronaut institution. I think that's all. Oh, do we have to have any more 19s out there somewhere? No. Okay. We'll go back to our medium brush. Use the 19s. So I got in here. $20 right there. Adding some water in here is it's so thick. Okay. Oh, I missed a 17. Okay, 19's over there. I see that. I guess we can go to 20. Holy monkey. All right, well, I think 20 may be black. We'll see. It looks like another gray. So we got a lot of work. Oh. All right, so this was 19, which was kind of this dark gray. This is 20, which looks like a medium gray. This paint is super thick. Saw 20 in there, okay. It's a 19 right there. It is now a 20. So 20 right here. Hang on a second. Well, I wasn't finished with this one yet. Where did I see you? Oh, big old cat hair. That's no bueno. That's no bueno, Sammy. Big old cat hair. I'm going to flip the canvas horizontal so I can get this big old 20 right here. Thin this paint out. More cat hair. Lovely. See, it flows so much better when you have a little bit of water in there, especially if you have to go around these little islands of numbers. 21, 23, 22, 23. Isn't it nice and quiet when Real Talk Chimp isn't babbling? There's an 18 I didn't see. Oh. All right, let me get these 18s here. So the 18s are that color. That wouldn't be good if I put the 20 in there because that's gray. Any more? There's an 18 over here. Never be able to tell. So matches the linen. I think we're gonna run into a part 5 on this one because I gotta rest my back here. It's hunched over doing this. It's starting to take its toll. So since this is Friday, July 31st, we'll start on August 1st, which is Saturday, and we'll finish this thing. Because we'll be doing 21 through 24, so yeah. And the 21s and 24s and 23s are huge. Use the bigger brush, everything else will be little itties. More 18s hiding around here. Oh, got the hiccups. I don't see a Michael Knight here. Holy monkey jello. Any more 18s that want to come out? I could certainly do a two-parter for this one. Like take a nap and relax a little bit and then come back and do another couple hours. I mean, I suppose I could do that. All right, so we were working on 20. Let's see if there's any more 20s lurking about. Holy monkey hand. There's a 20 right there, a little itty bitty dot. Little itty bitty dot. Any more? Oh, there's one right here. One right here. Those are 22s. 22s, 24s. Here's a 20. Here's a little 20. Any more little 20s? Here's a 20. It's not little. '21, 23. Here's a 20 right here. Now it's certainly little. It actually goes down here. Right on the edge here, and it goes right up here. Oh, it'd be good if we had some paint on here. Let's try it again. Right to the edge. Here's another one. There's another one. Any more 20s? Those are 21s, 22s, 23s, 22s, 23s. Jade Underline. Hello. Jade Underline. You know what we need to do? Do something here. Hang on a second. Got it. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh, would you let me type? Oh, you. Oh, it's not what I wanted. Son of a. Hang on a second here. There we go. Now I should be able to see. Go to channel. Jade Underline, you have 3 subscribers and you don't have any uploaded content. Okay. Let's see. Don't forget. Yes, I know that. Thank you. Rabbit Chimp 805 is my normal gaming name when I game. So there we go. Mask Lady, who was here a little while ago. It's got 8 subscribers. My fan art. Bluetooth parents. I think you're going to end up being a tattoo artist. It's pretty good. Keep drawing. Keep drawing. Keep coloring and keep drawing. Keep on keeping on. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Even if you're watching this back as an archived video, of course. Wow, what's going on? Come here, Sam. Meow. Wow. Wow. Can you have everyone like, share, comment, and subscribe to our Real Talk Champ? Okay, thank you. You heard it from Sammy. If Sammy says like, share, comment, subscribe, then you know it's legit. To @Real Talk Champ. Meow. See, he's the talk of the town. He hears, he knows what's going on. So 20 right there. So 20 right there. Little bitty 20 right there. Anything else? Okie dokie pokey. There's a 20. Jaggedy line here. Anything else? There's a 19. 19's itty bitty teeny tiny. So dark. You won't be able to see it. Stick my finger right in it. 19, where did I see ya? Where did I see you? You weren't up there. You were right there, but where were you down here? I could have sworn I saw 19 down here somewhere. I could have sworn it. It's 21. Right here. Okay, that was that. Any other goodies? Oh, there's a 20. Okay. Okay. 21s and 22s, 23s and 24s. There's a 20. Guess I'm kind of getting a second wind. But it's like 5:34. I gotta go on. It's way too early to stop. I'm gonna go to 21. All right, folks, we're taking it to 21. First, we gotta wipe off all the sweat all over our perspirating body. I'm gonna switch gloves as well because these things are covered in paint. Holy mother of a monkey jello. Oh, almost knocked that down. That wouldn't have been good. Funny, not good. Hysterical, you would have laughed. You would have stuck it on TikTok. So I went to karaoke on Wednesday night. Ran into some people that said that they recorded me singing. Did they bother to send it to me? No. But they put it on TikTok. And I guess their TikTok has a ton of followers. So it got like 1,600 views. I put that on YouTube. Oh. Had I put that on YouTube, it would have got 0 views. That was a glove snapping in 3D. Okay, let's try that again. Good thing I bought 100. It doesn't look like I'm going to be putting any more gloves on. These gloves are garbage. They're snapping like crazy. But yeah, so they have a ton of followers on their YouTube, and their TikToks and whatever. So when they upload a goofy looking guy trying to sing karaoke, that's it. That's just how the gloves are going to be, because they're all wonky. Stupid freaking gloves that are cheap. That's what you get. Yeah. So my crazy freaking singing karaoke got them views, and what do I get out of it? I get nothing out of it. Did I get any subscribers? No. Did I get any followers? No. I asked the guy, send it to me. Because basically you're supposed to tell people that you're filming them. That's what most humans are supposed to do. Because if I was to say, look man, Real Talk Chimp is a brand. You're taking my stuff, you're stealing from me, right? I'm gonna sue you, even though I'm not gonna sue you. Sammy's gonna sue you. Sammy's my attorney. If he says sue for my likeness, you never asked for consent from me to videotape me. That's so not cool. Yeah? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. I'm just gonna write a strongly worded letter to my congressman, and nothing will ever be done of it, and you will get your followers and subscribers from my benefit. Eat a bag of dicks from bagofdicks.com, sir. 21 is a lighter gray from what we just used on 20. Looks like we're going to be doing shadow colors here. 21. Well, it'd be nice if I could see. Let's put our spectacles on. All right, so we got 21 here, 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 and here. One right here. Those are all 24s, 23s. Twos, 24s, here's a 21. Those are 21s right there. That's 24. That's 21. Let's start looking down here. 20 is a tiny 21. Must be little flower heads or something, because it's just a light gray. They're just little kind of lines and dots. Oh, I mentioned my back's killing me. I hope so. I hope you know the pain and suffering I'm going through to paint this picture for you. Pain and suffering. That is like a stock message off of any ambulance scene in any movie. If you happen to see an ambulance going by, you always hear in the background the lady, like 911 operator saying, pain and suffering, 91365 or whatever. Pain and suffering. Yes. Blood, sweat, and tears. Feel like I'm pandering for views. Pandering. When I ask for likes, shares, comments, and subscribe, I'm pandering, right? That's what I'm doing. See, the thing is I'm not pandering, because I'm not asking for tips or money or monetization in any way, shape, or form. My channel isn't monetized. I do this all completely for free. I don't ask for anything. I mean, subscribers and stuff, that just keeps me motivated to continue doing this. But I'm never going to ask for a tip, never going to ask for any money. You send a tip, I'm going to send it right back. I'm not looking to monetize my channel, strictly doing it to entertain me and hopefully someone else that can be entertained by it. That's all. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I don't do big giveaways or anything like that, because again, that's somebody pandering for money. GoFundMe, all that other BS. Not Real Talk Chimp, I'll have you know. No, you can, there's like a membership on there, but I don't even know what the hell that is. It's just YouTube gave it to me. You can become a member if you want. The only thing you're going to get is sassy little colors in your name and maybe some better little emotes and stuff, but do I have any other content that's like set to private? I do have some. Just older stuff that I didn't know how to tag and nobody watched. You know, like back when I did my podcasts and stuff like that back in 2018 to 2022. I think I got maybe 10 views off of those things. And those were fully produced shows, like in a radio station. Fully produced shows with guests that were paid to come out. So we're doing more 21s, but it's going to be in a bigger area. So I'm going to use this critter here to get these 21s here. So yeah, they were fully produced. You know, they got like views through the radio station. But when I uploaded them to my channel at the time, nah, I didn't know how to tag. I didn't know how to, you know, what the hell an algorithm was or whatever. So, but you'll find that them in my playlists, my podcasts. Back then, I didn't even really call them podcasts. I just called them live radio shows that got uploaded, became archived videos. And then somebody created the podcast. Anywho, that's 21. There's a big 21 that goes all the way out there. It's the background of these trees here, I think. Yeah, I don't know what the difference between membership and subscriber even actually means. Somebody wants to translate that for me, just write it in the chat. We'll giggle about it. Like my buddy's got his YouTube channel. He's saying, I want to get paid. I want to do this and get paid. I'm like, good luck. First of all, you need like 1 million subscribers before you even get a penny. But sure, if you had 1 million subscribers and they're all watching your video, all 1 million of them, well, then you're going to get paid. Not me. I get paid from the joy of you communicating with me. That's how I get paid. Just communicating, chatting with me. I'm a lonely chimpanzee, you know? Lonely chimpanzee on here. So, get away. Keep me entertained. Meet me at karaoke. Let's go sing. What? You're in Australia? No problem. Unfortunately, I don't have a passport, but once I can figure out how to do karaoke on my channel, we'll just do it like that. I mean, I used to do it with like the voice parties, you know, but then we started getting copyright strikes from the freaking music. So that had to stop. If I'm going out with a buddy and we're both doing karaoke, I'll record him and then I'll upload his to my channel. He can upload it to his channel, whatever tickles your totem pole. You know, I don't think I'd add somebody else on my channel unless they were a channel member, like Mike. Mike and I gamed for years, so of course he's on there. And whenever I tell people, look, if you want to tip anybody, tip the moderators. You know, Mike needs a PlayStation 5. Mike needs, you know, PlayStation Plus. You want to give money to Real Talk Gent? You do it in lieu of Michael 0709 there. That's 23. I don't want to go into the 23 spot. Let's stay over here. 21. Goes all the way up over here. Back over here. I have to tilt the canvas because I got to get up to these 21s up here. Like, share, comment, subscribe. How difficult is that? I don't know. Just press a freaking button. What's going to happen? You're most likely going to unsubscribe a minute later. But like I said, the main thing is just chat with me. Communicate with your chimpanzee. Your chimpanzee needs to learn new words anyway. How else is your chimpanzee going to fit into society? The only basic knowledge of communication. You're saying, but Real Talk Champ, you're just painting. Why should we subscribe to somebody painting? Who cares about art? We don't care. Well, then don't subscribe. Go look through the playlist. You'll find something in there that entertains you. I have well over 2,500 videos just on video games. And might I add, there's comedy in there as well. My channel is meant for you to giggle. It's all about giggling. It's all about fun, having a good time. But Real Talk Chimp, there's millions of channels that do that. You're right, competition is stiff. It's as stiff as a board, light as a feather. You know what? You do you, boo. Oh, goodbye. Yeah, I would have thought by now it would have been up to at least 10,000 subscribers. Oh, love. You'll get nothing and like it. Ran out of paint right there. By the way, we're still on 21s here. You probably can't see a thing because the camera's probably drooped down. Like it does. If you haven't noticed, I help out other channels as well by showing their content and their links to their channel and stuff. Who would do such a thing? Why would anybody do that? Because this stuff is all free, sir, madam, goat. It's all free. We do it because we have a passion for it. Passion. My passion is entertaining you. Be it with video games, painting, singing, dancing, babbling with a Sammy cat, etc. All for free. That should warrant at least one subscriber. All right, let's do this. Let's replace the word subscriber, the word member, with buddy. How about that? We need more buddies. We're trying to get to 5,000 buddies before the end of 2026. That sounds better than subscribers, followers. Followers makes me feel like I'm a cult leader. I don't want any followers. I couldn't lead you out of a sewer. I could lead you to water, but are you going to drink it? I could lead you to Kool-Aid. You'll probably drink it. Those of you that are going out because it's Friday night tonight, you're going to the bar, or you're going to the club, would you like to learn a new pickup line I just decided? You let me know in the comments if you want to hear a new pickup line. And you will use it tonight, whether you're male or female. It's universal. Male or female or both. or neither. Hyena is both. Did you know that? Hyena is not a dog. It's its own species. Did you know that? Probably knew it, but you forgot about it. You learned it in school. Escuela. Nobody wants to hear the pickup line? All you gotta do is type the number 1 on the screen if you want to hear a new pickup line that you will use at the bar or club tonight. That's 22. That's 21 right here. That's 21 up there. Nope. All right, fine. You get nothing and like it. You will get nothing and like it. Sammy says he knows all about that. Getting nothing and liking it. Except Sammy gets the opposite. Sammy gets kisses. He hates kisses. Right, Sammy? That's right. Sammy's like, nope, you can look, but you cannot touch. Kisses are against the law, according to Sammy. Sammy says, I am a working kitty, but I'm older now, so I'm a lounging kitty. And I will not accept your advances, sir, and or madam. I may be cute and fluffy. I will not accept kisses. That's what Sammy says. Sometimes you just have to capture the cuteness in a photo. You just have to. There are tons of photos of Sammy. Giving her kisses. That's all 22 right there, so let's continue looking for a 21. There's a 21. Here's a 21. There's a 21 up here. Sorry if you can't see, but the phone keeps drooping down. Normally I flip the thing upside. In fact, let's do that. Let's just flip it upside down. I try to get to these lower ones here. And we're looking for 21s. There's a 21 here. There's a big old 21 here. I think this is the backside of clouds. And where we go? That's 22. Here's a 21 right here. Let's see if we can find any more 21s. There's 21 here. Let's get some water on this thing here. It's starting to get a little mucky. It's 22 by 21 right inside here. 21. These are all 22s and 23s, 24s. Any more 21s? Back around and let's take a look down here. Here's a 21. Here's a 21. Twenty-twos and 24s, 23s, 22s. Here's a 21 right here. Just like little dots of 21s that I missed. Here's one. 23s and 24s here. 22s. Threes and 24s. Oh, there's a tiny little 21 down here. Okay. 24s. 22s, 23s. All 22s there, 24s. That's all part of 24 right there, 22s. No, it says 64. I think it's 24. Oh, there's 21 at the top there. Here's another one. There's a 5. Hang on a second here. 5 is this color. Random little 5 sitting out there. See if I can find it again. That'll be a miracle if I can find it again. There it is. That was that. Any more 21s? Looking for 21. A 21. I see a 12. Is that 12? It is a 12. That is a 12. This is a 12. That's weird. That's weird. Probably won't be able to find it again. Where did I see that 12? Where was that thing? I saw it where? I seen a 12. Could have been a 22. I found it. I found it right here. 12. No idea what the purpose of that was. Anything else that I can find here? I'm looking. Any more 21s? I don't know, George. I don't see any more 21s. There's a 21 right there. Weird. There's definitely a 21 right there. Why did I paint it green? I painted it the wrong color. Let's get some gray back on there. Get rid of that 21 and go raw dynamite. Okay, good. Any more 21s on the screen here? Looking for 21s. Do you see a 21 anywhere? Don't make me do martial arts on your 21. I'll do it. Looking for 21s somewhere. There's got to be another 21 here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. So I think that's it for today. Yes. Sam, you got anything to add? Okay. All right. Let's do some brush cleaning. Wipe off some counters since we got paint on it. There we go. Let's do some paintbrush cleaning. We used them all. Not there. That's good. That's good. It's good. That goes over there. All that trashy McTrasher tins. Get some of that green paint off of there. Got to clean up your area. Okay. You got pooper towels for the next time. Yes, sirree. We're finished with the 21 for now. If you could tell what that mess is, you deserve a cookie. So what the hell are we painting here? This is what we're painting here. See, you see all this mess in here. It's not mess, it's all this gray area running up here, but this front line of this mess, those are forest trees that are running up. Normally you would have forest trees in here, but there's been deforestation to give us this path here. So from a distance, these are evergreens that are running up the side of the hill here. Then you got the shadow of everything kind of back on this valley here. We haven't painted, this is all open space because we haven't painted those colors in there yet. But it'll probably be that whitish color that you see strewn about there with a few more grays down inside there. Yeah, and you got a couple of trees on that side there. You got the dark side of those mountains, the snow cap there, the big cloudies. My name is Ricky. I'm live streaming through YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. This has been part 4 of this Paint by Numbers Mountain Path, item number 40-50-LZ9321 from Number Artist. NumberArtist.com. Everything, all the information, the stuff that I use is in the description, of course. Let's thank RabbitChimp805 for moderating for us today. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll do part 5 tomorrow. All right, we'll catch you in the flip side. Peace and chicken grease, everyone. Have a good day. La 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 la. See? People really do chat with Real Talk Chat. Oh yeah. Very cool. We're painting a picture here. Yay!